Hello, I am Maria G.S.C. Muhammad, your teacher in oral communication. Welcome to Lesson 4.1. The title of this lesson is Verbal and Nonverbal Communication. This lesson is a continuation of the previous one. The objectives of this lesson are the same with the previous one. Determine the verbal and nonverbal cues that a speaker uses in order to achieve a purpose. Second, utilize knowledge on the functions of communication in analyzing various communication situations. Third, recognize the importance of different communicative functions in our daily life. Communication, both verbal and nonverbal, plays an integral part to humans' daily life. We use two types of communication in our daily lives. In this lesson, we are going to understand the two, which are verbal and nonverbal communication. Let's have the first, verbal communication. This refers to the use of words to convey a message. This type of communication can be regarded efficient and successful if the receiver can easily process the message delivered by the sender. We have 5 things to consider whenever we are using verbal communication. The first one is appropriateness. It pertains to the use of suitable language form applicable to the nature of the event or context of the situation. We may use formal or informal communication. Formal communication is about the exchange of information which is controlled, well thought of, and prepared. It also conforms to certain rules and conventions as defined by the goals and values of organizations or groups. This type of communication is used in formal, ceremonial, and dignified gatherings. The examples of formal communication are meetings, interviews, conferences, formal one-on-ones, speeches, and presentations. On the other hand, informal communication is characterized by free, casual, and spontaneous exchange between 2 or more persons. The exchange is a kind of interaction that is unrestrained by rules and conventions. It is also the type of communication that occurs in our everyday lives. The examples of informal communication are casual conversations, gossips, tales, interrelational activities, family social communication culture, and interrelational activities outside of the formal. To summarize their differences, here is a table for you. The first criteria is reliability. Formal is more reliable as it is prepared, unlike formal, which may happen anytime. The second criterion is speed. Formal is lower than informal because there is due process being followed, which make it time-consuming too. The third criteria is time-consumed. Formal follows conventions and rules, unlike informal. The fourth criterion is information flow. The information flow in formal has a defined channel, while informal may use any. And the last criterion is secrecy. Formal is maintained, while informal may be not. The second consideration is brevity. This is when simple and precise words are used. It can be achieved by using more direct and clear words. We should remember to avoid beating around the bush. It is saying more with less words. The third consideration is clarity. This refers to the use of simple, yet exact words to directly express the thoughts and emotions. The message must be successfully delivered to the audience. Through this, communication breakdown like misinterpretation may be avoided by the receivers. The fourth consideration is ethics. This refers to the moral standards to be considered when delivering a message. The audience's background, such as their age, gender, race, social status, and personal convictions. Learn to know your audience to avoid discriminatory acts like misleading judgments, which may be unintentional. The last consideration is vividness. This refers to the words that make the conversation or exchange of information lively and vibrant. The goal is for the audience to easily grasp the message through distinctive language. This language should appeal to the senses so that the speaker can elicit an active and vigorous response. Usually, we use adjectives to make the speech more vivid. Now, let's move to nonverbal communication. It refers to a collaboration of movements that does not require any spoken words in order to convey a message, unlike verbal, which purely uses words. This incorporates actions such as hand gestures, body language, facial expressions, dance, appearance, and others in order to convey a message. Some examples of nonverbal communication are bodily kinesthetic. These are head movement like nodding, eye movement looking to the right, left, up, or down, standing, hand gestures like waving, doing a thumbs up or doing a thumbs down, sitting, facial expression, or even walking. The second one is attitude or behavior to specific situations. Nonverbal communication may portray different emotions like the following: confident, furious, hilarious, delightful, sorrowful, or even cruel. The next one is the manner of dressing. The way we dress tells a lot. Look at business professionals wearing suit and tie. The moment we see them, we think very highly of them. Lastly, the tone of our voice. The tone of your voice is under nonverbal communication, as tone suggests your feelings. Using nonverbal communication is important because of the following reasons. It makes the message more meaningful. It expresses message without the use of words. In the picture, we can see that the person is thinking deeply of what he has read. He is not talking, yet we can understand his actions. Next, it makes audience more enthusiastic. Can you imagine your teacher just standing in front, speaking without actions? It would be very boring. Using nonverbal communication would make the audience enthusiastic. It defines the kind of speaker one is. Your actions suggest what kind of speaker you are. It includes your gestures and even your manner of dressing. It makes one a dynamic speaker. You enliven the speech when you use nonverbal communication. It gives confidence to the speaker. It increases your confidence as you gain power through your actions. It adds color to a speech. It is like watching a film when you incorporate action with words. It connects the speaker to the audience. You build rapport by your actions like eye contact, smile, or even waving. Lastly, it gives the speaker a variety of ways to deliver his or her message. You may tell your message without you speaking. How? It can be through your gestures, facial expressions, sign language, body language, and much more. May this lesson serve as your guide as you communicate every day. I want to say thank you very much for watching my discussion, and I hope you learned something from it. And if it's not too much, I am asking you to subscribe to my channel. See you on my next lesson.